I think we were very lucky because our business, we were slightly proactive before we started the confinement. So we put into status all the technology in our office. So we've got 50 people working at home, and it's going very, very well indeed, actually. We're working well. We are designing, coordinating in a new world. We've adapted to it in a very, very short time, and we've actually completed all the milestones we had on time. I think this pandemic has caused a major issue in society. I think the last time we had something very similar was the effect of safety when the 11th of September buildings and the terrorist attacks, and that caused a change in society, and it caused a change in architecture as well. So we must learn from these moments as well. In stadiums specifically also, we had a major change when the massive disasters in England resulted in changing from standing in stadiums to seating in stadiums, changing security and safety. And all of these two issues caused major changes in stadiums, if we to be honest, arenas. And we think this pandemic will do the same. I have developed a document which really sets aside the needs that modern stadiums will require for people to not only feel that they are safe, but they will be able to go there and watch the game. I've set out, there are two sort of main things, I think. If you sort of synthesize, I think it's to do with distance between people, and it's to do with not touching. And so all of the measures that we are talking about are to deal with keeping distances of people, how they enter the stadium, how they move in the stadium, how they arrive at the stadium, talking about public transport. And then how they sit in the bowl and how we treat that. And non-touching is also to do with how we do not touch things in the stadium. We do not touch handrails. We do not touch the tickets as we come in. We do not touch when we go to the toilet. We do not touch when we actually buy something for a concession. So these are all things that I've actually tried to bring to the front, especially in stadium architecture. We notice that now in society. If I go out now, which we can't do really, people do not get close to you. There is this distance of about 1.5 meters, which seems to be a new standard in society. And I think the societies which have this sort of more close social distancing, I think we also have to apply, as I said, the issue of common sense. I think we are in a moment now where things are very intense and the wounds are very open at the moment. I mean, we obviously need to think about this in a time when everything is settled down a bit. So to return to a stadium, I think there will need to be a certain capacity of stadiums. I think a slight distance between seats. We've been getting more and more compressed. Seats have been more and more compressed. So I think we need to open up a bit. The good thing about stadiums actually is that you're not facing people. You are looking at the back of someone's head. Very dangerous actually facing people. So there's a slight difference there. I think we'll have to look to stadiums where you will need to keep on using masks and gloves. I think if you go to a stadium, the mask and the glove is assurance that you're not actually expanding it over to somebody. So I think that will be that will continue. It will not be the fact that we will have to reduce the stadium. Is that we will need to create new areas in stadiums, exactly like disabled people. I think there will be in fact, there could be new commercial opportunities where areas for people at risk, people over 65, grandfathers who want to go there, who maybe do not want to be in a common area, but could have areas which could be identified for areas. I think all of these are challenges that will need to be developed. We need to be careful about how people arrive, how they get to the stadiums through transport. We need to make sure that people do not arrive. I think in Spain, people just arrive 5 minutes before the game. There are massive queues. We need to spread out the time people arrive at stadiums, avoid queues, distance queues. We need to make sure that access is non-touch. So tickets or anything, we need to revert to technology like the telephone. So access control will be done through the telephone. You do not need to touch turnstiles. Certainly there will be some sort of health control, as there is security control. I think health control will be something. And we're even looking at systems where, as you come into the stadium, you will actually be disinfected. This is something now that is quite simple to do. And you come into the stadium, obviously the areas of most contamination could be the toilets. So everything to do with not having doors, you do not need to open the door. You do not need to turn the tap on, it will turn on automatically. You do not need to turn the light on. You do not need to flush the toilet. The drying the hands will be automatic by presence. So many things will happen like this. Another point is in the stadium at half time when you're ordering food. Possibly, in America, people actually bring food down into the stadium, not so much in Europe, but maybe now we will have to order on the telephone so that they can bring the food to our seat, or that you will order it, and when it is ready in the concession, it will be notified on your phone. You can go out, there's no touching, you just pick up the bag and go back to your seats. So more and more non-touch is essential, yes. And in fact, actually, I've actually developed a new little thing here, which is your personal non-touch element, which I've just designed, so that with this, I can open doors, I can push buttons, I can do my number on the Visa card. So maybe everyone will have their own personal non-touch little design. We saw where you came from the standing to seating stadiums, where the reduction in the capacity of the stadium was over 30%, nearly 40%, 30%. And nothing really happened. I mean, it's a matter of changing the way you may possibly commercialize the stadium. I think we need to create slightly, I mean, my first thing is to say, this is also a challenge for the people who run the stadiums, is that maybe you need to slightly increase the cost of a ticket if you are in a safer seat, and adapt the seats to this. You need to be careful in the VIP areas to make sure that where people are sitting, possibly there are screens between people. I think we need to, it's a matter of common sense. I don't think we need to go too far. And in Qatar 2022, because it's a major event coming up very soon, a World Cup, which will be coming away. We've got 2 years away. So they've certainly got time to react to this. And obviously, as you know well, I think they will be very interested in implementing these issues. In Spain, we are finishing off the project for Valencia. So finally, after 10, 11 years and we are working on a white paper to implement these areas. The stadium client is very interested in implementing these areas. Their commercial department will be looking at manners of how to take advantage of this. And as I always say, I think in all crises there are opportunities. So I think the fact is that we need to not look at this as something negative. We need to look at it as something that will make stadiums better. Actually, I really don't understand why architects, we haven't been thinking about healthy and safe buildings for health before. We've had flu and many other things here, and we've done nothing about it. So I think this is an opportunity